It's a great night for baseball here from San Diego, California, in Petco Park, where tonight it's the Pirates and the San Diego Padres. Welcome into the booth. Joe Block along with Bob Walk with you here tonight. And for the Pirates, rebounding last night after a tough affair, a 4-hour affair too. And tonight, for the first time this year, we're going to see a left-hander on the mound. The Padres going with Drew Pomeranz tonight.
And I think that's a good thing. We're finally getting to see a lefty. We got some guys in this lineup that over their careers have been able to handle lefties very well. You see the batting average. What I like the best of those OPSs all well up over 800. That's a good sign. I think this offense is going to go out early and give Locke a lead to play with.
And a little bit different look with that lineup tonight with Jordy Mercer as the leadoff man and Francisco Cervelli, who's over at first base tonight.
Well, we know how Cervelli loves to play the game of baseball. He doesn't care where it's at. And being a catcher, he knows where everyone is supposed to be at all times. He'll know where to be over at first base. He's going to do a good job.
And get his bat in the lineup again here tonight. And for the Pirates, too, they've got a lefty going as Jeff Locke gets the nod for the Buccos tonight here in San Diego. Game 2 of this series coming up. It's the Pirates and the Padres here on Root Sports. Four, 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing.
Fans here in San Diego of all ages Looking to cheer on Jeff Locke and the Buccos tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series. And Pirates have had some inconsistency so far with their pitching.
Yeah,
early going.
You know, there's a couple things that jump right out at you. And one we are going to talk about a lot tonight is the base on balls. You're walking almost 5 guys for 9 innings. That's got to change and get back to your normal low number. That's the hallmark of a good pitching staff. Is they don't help the other team out. And then one thing that you don't really understand why it's happening, and it's just a small sample size, is you've got to cut down on the ball going over the fence, giving up over a home run per game. You'd like to cut that back.
Yeah, command issues so far. And let's go back to the studios. Rob King's got a game break. Getting you ready for the Pirates and the Padres here tonight from San Diego. Matt Joyce fitting right in. Game 2 of this 3-game series is about to get underway here from Southern California. Mike Gonzalez, the interpreter.
Hopefully they'll be dancing around the bases tonight.
Yeah, a lot of base runners last night for both teams. And a lot of folks in here from Pittsburgh, or maybe some folks relocating. We saw a lot of black and gold in the seats last night. Expect the same here tonight as the Pirates see a lefty for the first time in Drew Pomeranz, and the last team in baseball to go this long without seeing a southpaw against him. So a little bit different look tonight for the 9 that Clint Hurdle has penned.
A very interesting lineup out there for the start of this ball game against the lefty.
We've been so accustomed to the same group. And our RAV4 lineup for tonight has that man atop the order, Jordy Mercer. Very good against lefties, so he starts things. McCutchen, Freeze, Marte, that's no big deal. And same that we've seen. Francisco Cervelli in the 5 spot, but he's at first base tonight. First start of the year there. Harrison, Sean Rodriguez in for the lefty Polanco. Chris Stewart does the catching, and then Jeff Locke.
Take a look at the numbers by Pomeranz, and he is not really a hard thrower at all. And what's kind of unusual for a starting pitcher is kind of a 2-pitch guy, fastball, curveball. So that means he needs to have command of both of those pitches to really make it work as a starter, because you don't have a 3rd or 4th pitch you can go to second time around, third time around the lineup. But there are some guys around baseball over the years that have been very successful starters just throwing 2 pitches.
Look at our Honda defense for tonight. Upton, Jay, and Kemp in the outfield. Rosales, Ramirez, Jamal Weeks been called up today to fill in for Corey Spangenberg, who was placed on the disabled list. Will Myers and then Derek Norris there, back behind the plate. Rosales with that home run last night, and that ended up being the difference maker, that 5th run for the Padres. Here's the game's first pitch. Jordy Mercer talking about it before the game today, about how it's a little different of being the first hitter to start a game than the 8th hitter. And strike 2 on him. Anything else other than that, no big deal. But he says he's got to get ready a little sooner. Usually he can kind of relax a little bit. Jaso, the lefty, gets the night off. And Jordy Mercer picks right up where Jaso's been, getting aboard to start the ball game.
Tried to run that in on his hands. It looked like they actually did get it in there, but Mercer kind of fight it off the label, and dunk hit out in left field.
Right off the bat, a good start. Setting up Andrew McCutchen. He's hitting 6 straight.
Just about everybody wearing the black and gold is hitting about 6 straight or 7 straight or 8 straight.
Getting on base with regularity.
What a great start to the season. Both the on-base percentage and the batting average for these guys.
Leads baseball in both categories. Yeah, we talked about it in the open. Let's see tonight. Maybe the starting pitching will help. The bullpen will help, but not to put it all on that. But we've seen games where they've been challenged in that. But the offense has been pretty consistent in terms of continuing to get men on. 2-0. Popped him up.
Way up there. Still up there. Wow.
Mile high to Ramirez. Pull out a lawn chair, sit down, and wait for it.
Oh, just a little bit upstairs. About letter high, and he got underneath it.
So Mercer at first with 1 away. David Freese hitting .302. David Freese not at first base tonight, instead Cervelli. But Freese has been working at first regularly. Still takes the majority of the ground balls and the work at third, of course, because he's been playing that. But he says, he's ready for when he gets that call to play first base, because when Jung Ho Kang comes back, which will be fairly soon, he's rehabbing at AAA. Whether it's Cervelli or Freese as the right-handed option at first base. You have 2 good options to choose from.
There'll be a lot of interchangeability between all those players.
That's a good word right off the bat. First inning.
Guys that can play first and third, second and third, short and third. There's a lot of combinations once Jung Ho gets that you can put out there and kind of mix and match.
Hits Pomerantz. Helps him get an out. Mercer into second, but now 2 gone.
I wonder if that hadn't hit him, though, would it have been a double play ball? A lot of times, if they just let it go, because the guys are all pinched in. Yeah, that's a ground ball to second base. Yeah, guys are pinched in looking for a double play anyway. It's tough to get a ball up through the middle. But when you're out there on the mound, it's just a total reaction play. You never really think about, oh, just let that go. They're going to be there. So there's just no time to think about that. You stop it with your foot. And sometimes you guys will throw their bare hand out there. You don't ever want to do that. But you just react to it.
There's Starling Marte.
That's how bad you want that out. they're so precious that anything, like you see the ball there and just, oh, got to grab it. Got to knock it down.
Andy Green, the Padres manager, ejected last night. Just a peculiar ball game. And Mark McGuire on the right. Well, I didn't need to tell you that, but he's the bench coach and he was the acting manager. Brian Gorman, the crew chief, trying to figure out what happened on that contested balk call last night. Well, the umpires changed it twice. Clint Hurdle came out, and after they had changed it to back from a balk for another reason, he suggested it was a balk, and it was
just a double switch.
See
them all the time.
Yeah.
The old double switch.
We saw a lot of different things last night.
We had plenty of time to see it all.
Yes.
4-hour ball game, 8.5 innings.
Both teams with a lot of base runners. 2-1. Curve from Pomerantz.
Backdoor curveball. Started outside, broken over the outside half of the plate.
Got Mercer at second with 2 outs.
Trying to go upstairs with a fastball, looks like. Oh, no.
He went.
Went with a curveball. I saw a high target, but it was just a decoy.
Padres coming to bat here in the first. Diego, one of the most beautiful places in our country here tonight, the host of the Padres and Pirates here at Petco Park. And tonight's Honda lineup for the Padres. John Jay, then Will Myers over at first base. He's been hot lately. Matt Kemp and a bit of a skid. Melvin Upton Jr. is the cleanup hitter for San Diego. Norris homered last night. Ramirez, Rosales, Jamal Weeks there for his season debut against Jeff Locke.
Take a look at Jeff's numbers, brought to you by Hyundai. A couple of starts and been a little on the wild side. 9 walks so far. That'll be job 1 for Jeff tonight. Get the ball in the strike zone.
Yeah, you like that 2.53 ERA, but yeah, that number 9 sticks out at you. Pirates working around 10 walks last night, literally working around all of them, and none of them came around to score. But you don't want to do that very often. John Jay led off the game last night with a single, and he'll do so again.
That's talking to Jim Tredenich before the game, and Jimmy said that the last time the Pirates, I think, were in double figures and walks and nobody scored was in '96. They walked 14 guys and nobody scored. And that is so
rarely
difficult. So
yeah, that rarely happens.
To me, I always felt like you walk one guy, he's going to score.
Yeah.
They always figure out a way to do that.
Here's Will Myers, 8 for his last 16. Francisco Liriano last night, he walked 5.
Nowadays, with all the stats that are out there available, I'm sure somebody will help me out with this. When I was playing, I always wondered, was there a difference? Something you could quantify with a number, or the guys that get a base on balls, a free pass, are they more likely to score than somebody that gets a single?
Wow.
When you're pitching,
you're blowing my mind. It's the first inning.
When you're out there pitching, it always felt like the base on ball guy was more likely to score than somebody got a hit. And was that just a feeling, or did that actually happen? So somebody out there can look that up and tell me. I know it's on the internet somewhere. There's not a single stat in baseball that hasn't been figured out and analyzed and cut apart. That one's got to be there somewhere. Don't you think?
I think so.
Turn it.
There's one. And that slide will allow Myers to reach.
Jay, I think had a good grip on the ball. Looked like he kind of had to reset the grip, and then it was too late.
Yep.
Tips to win, brought to you by Rivers Casino. It's 6+ innings from a starter. Got to get that bullpen kind of fixed up where everybody is pitching in their normal jobs, and keep getting on. No reason to change anything right now with this offense. You have just an astonishing team on base percentage right now, and if that continues, the runs that are going to score this year are going to set records. It will be. There's no reason to panic. Right now, probably in the middle of the pack, run scored, aren't we? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, right around the middle.
But it's going to get. If you can continue to get on base the way they're getting on base, runs are going to be scored in bunches.
Matt Kemp is the second out. Well, just to underscore what you said, Bob. Now we're 14 games into the season, but the Pirates are on pace to have, as many base runners as any team since 1887.
That's been a while.
Yeah. So, I mean, can you keep this up over a course of season? Maybe not quite this high, but
yeah.
What they're doing it can continue.
Incredible.
Yeah. Myers is running. Quick throw from Stewart. That was nice.
Nice tag by Jay. Good job on the other end also.
No one left for San Diego through 1, scoreless. Throwing out Will Myers, trying to steal. And a very nice way to end the first. Good exchange here.
A nice quick throw. The throw kind of tails a little bit. The end's a little high, but a nice fast tag. Jay bringing that ball down from about bill of the cap high and getting that tag right on the back of Myers. Myers thought the way he got up, he's shaking his head. He probably didn't feel the tag.
Yeah, even if it gets the jersey.
Yeah, it probably wasn't something that he could really feel. You know, his whole body's kind of slamming down onto the ground. That little brush of his uniform in the back, he might not even notice that. All he knows is his hands on the back, and he didn't feel anything, and that's why he was just came up shaking his head no.
Here's the first baseman. Francisco Cervelli, 333, getting on base at 453. No wonder why Clint Hurdle wanted him still in the lineup tonight. There's another.
It gives him a kind of a night off for, you know, everything's relatively speaking. For a catcher, playing first base is a night off. It's not nearly as physically demanding as the catcher's job.
Clint Hurdle talking about last night, 190 pitches behind the plate. Look at our Point Park tweets for tonight. Mike saying that he loves him as a starting first baseman. So does McKenna. And Amy just wants him out from behind the mask. See, now in hockey you can't have the goalie you know, be a forward for the night or something like that, but in baseball sometimes.
Well, have they ever tried?
That's a good point.
I think somebody should try it.
Well, you know, in this advanced age of thinking in sports, why not? Here's Josh Harrison. He's also hitting over 300. Seven RBIs for Harrison. There's one. Easy double play for San Diego. So the leadoff single erased. And don't forget, there's no fees on tickets. Pirates will pay those fees, and it includes all games through May. And for more information, you can visit pirates.com/no fees. Want to get on out to the ballpark? That's the way to do it. Sean Rodriguez in there. He's your right fielder tonight. And he has had a nice start to the plate. Already a home run. Rosales with a very long home run to left last night, and Rodriguez's ball also a monster shot. He's very strong. You know, the Pirates boast some guys that aren't hulking, but are very strong. I mean, McCutchen, you know, not a big guy, but very strong.
All about bat speed. The faster that bat is, for that ball's going to go.
Putting on quite a show in batting practice today, per usual.
I can remember my very first year with the Phillies that I shared a stadium with the Eagles, and there was some Eagles came out to take batting practice. Great big, I mean, monster looking men. And they couldn't hit a fly ball out of the infield. They had no bat speed, even though their arms were like thighs.
And Rodriguez works his 5th walk of the season. That equals as many as he had last year. And here's tonight's Let's Motor player profile, brought to you by BMW Mini. And Chris Stewart, who grew up about 2 hours north of San Diego, now played in the majors parts of 10 different seasons for 6 different teams, and he spent a year at community college before being drafted, but finished his bachelor's degree online while playing in the minor leagues. And this offseason he signed a first multi-year deal of his career, moved to Pittsburgh, and very much a part of this team and now part of our city.
There's a lot of good fits in that clubhouse. He's one of them.
That has been something I've noticed here. It's a very good group. That's a little up high. I asked Clint Hurdle about that the other day. I said, you know, about the clubhouse, is that something that you generate? Does that kind of help itself? It's a little bit of both. You can, you know, Clint Hurdle helps foster that. The guys themselves, peer pressure, fosters that as well. Jay retires Stewart. And the man left through 1.5. Nothing.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, Health for All, and by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
That's from the outfield here at Petco Park, where they've established a nice gathering area. Melvin Upton Jr. leads things off. Just a pretty ballpark here, pretty area, this whole gas lamp quarter.
Yeah, I don't think that this ballpark deserves or gets what it deserves as far as a destination to come and watch a baseball game for baseball fans that like to travel.
I think it will this summer.
Well, yeah, because the All-Star game, yeah. But
I think that'll help it.
You hear fans talk about, I got to go to this place, I want to go to that place. This ballpark, I think, is on the list of places you want to go and see a game. It's a neat ballpark. It really is. And then, of course, the location is fantastic right here. Just a stone's throw from the bay.
And that's what I think the coolest part is, that they left in that old building there, the Western Metal Supply Company building, which now houses the team store on one side, and then those suites that overlook the field. And I mean, talk about, they built the ballpark around that so that edge can be the left field foul line. And they've done it perfectly. This whole area has been redone here, and yeah, sometimes you see a ball. I've seen a ball hit just to the left of there. I've seen a ball, as we saw last night, hit right up the line and into those boxes up there. It's just a cool part of this, but the whole area is very, very nice here. If you ever make it down to San Diego, great road trip to watch the Bucks.
Yeah, good baseball destination. Petco.
And a lot of folks taking us up on it.
Yep.
Pirates fans travel so well, don't they? We see them in every city.
You know, I think a lot of that is, you know, you get Pirate fans that live all over the country, and they're very proud of that fact. So no matter where you're at, they're going to fly their colors.
A great homage to the very great Tony Gwynn.
Something I noticed one time down in Florida, waiting for I don't know, somebody that was there for a flight coming from Pittsburgh.
0-2 from Locke, pitch out.
And you're sitting there, you're there early, so there's all kind. You know, in Tampa they have that train that comes and dumps everybody out from several different flights. So you're just watching people come off the train. You never know what city they're from. They're just a bunch of people getting off. Then another bunch comes, another bunch comes. When the Pittsburgh plane lands, there's Penguin gear, there's Steelers gear, there's Pirate. I mean, it seems like one out of every third person that gets off is wearing some sort of black and gold. It's an amazing thing. Look, yeah, that's outside the ballpark somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of condo buildings that are just beyond the outfield walls here, so might be one of the local residents.
Pittsburgh fan has,
and of course, it's one above the Padres flag.
Above,
I like that.
And this being a seafaring community, they like the Jolly Roger.
Yes, yeah, yes. And the dimensions here too now are very fair. So it used to always be very much a big-time pitcher's ballpark. What a play by Freese. Can't get the out though. And a nice job by Cervelli in his first start at first base. Almost got that out.
A great play again on both ends. A nice dive and then a strong throw.
Wow.
And Cervelli, you wouldn't know he's not a first baseman by trade. Look at that play there. Way off.
That is the best couple of efforts you'll see on a ball that doesn't get an out ever. Look at that.
Think he's having any fun?
He said the other day, he told reporters, I prefer to catch, you know, but I'll do whatever it takes to help the team. I think he had some fun with that.
He loves the game of baseball. You could put him anywhere out there and he'd be having the time of his life. Doesn't matter where.
And Freese has showed a really solid glove over there at third. He's better than I remember with the Cardinals. He's made some extraordinary plays over there. That ball gets past him. It's extra bases. 2 on with nobody out.
I'm going to take another look at this. Watch Cervelli's look on his face.
Hey guys, I have it. First pitch strike to Alexei Ramirez. Three for 16 with men at second and or third. Now even. Locke with the leadoff walk. He did that 4 times in his last start where he walked 7. Leadoff man got out in the first, but helped out by a caught stealing. And that'll sneak through. Upton scores easily, and the Padres score first tonight.
Mercer shading a little bit to pull. Couldn't get to that ball. Off the bat, I kind of had hopes. Hit a little too hard.
Well, last night, Pirates worked around those 10 walks they issued. None of them came around to score. First one tonight. Upton is it.
That's the way it normally works. Walk a guy and he's in.
Ramirez aboard, trailing Norris. It will clog him up a little bit. Rosales who homered last night. Normally not a lot of power, but he had a soaring home run to left.
Scoreboard says it was only the 6th. He's the 16th player to hit one all the way to the upper level.
Right with all those Pirate fans there.
Yep, that's where it went. Just underneath the E, I think, in the western sign on top.
Yeah, I mean, that almost got up on the roof. That's a 4-story building. Locke's ahead of him now, 1-2. Yeah, he had 3 home runs last year, so that it went all the way up there.
I think that might be a little higher than your normal 4-story building either, because each one of those levels looks like it's pretty tall.
Well, they had metal supply.
Yeah,
there.
they got high ceilings in that place.
Yeah, that's how they keep the metal and related items.
It's where everybody, anytime you needed some metal, it's where you went, because
right.
they had the whole supply there.
Various metals.
Yeah.
Just missed. You're talking when you're talking on the Open today about Jeff Locke his last time around, maybe trying to be a little too fine. I think we saw that in his last start.
Yeah, I think that I really thought he got squeezed early in that game. I thought he threw more strikes, didn't get the calls, and because of that he got defensive, and then it just kind of got away from him. And when it comes to wildness, I have to rely on going back years and years ago to my own problems in that area. And there were 9 times out of 10 it was a physical, or not a physical thing, but a mental thing with me, where I was not necessarily trying to throw good strikes for whatever reason. You get a little afraid of the bats at times, and then the deeper your problem is, the more of a hole you're digging, and now you're trying to even be more fine and more fine, and now it's like, wow, if I give up a hit here, it's going to score 3, and now you're throwing 2-0 breaking balls and you're missing with those, and before you know it, you've walked 5 or 6 and you're in an early shower.
Yeah,
and that to me, I think when I watch ball games, I see that more than somebody all of a sudden has a problem with their mechanics. But that's me from my own experience speaking.
Yeah, I mean, Locke in this inning, the hard hit ball was an infield hit because of a great play, and then ground ball up the middle. But the 2 walks have allowed 1 run to score, and now the bases loaded. Jamal Weeks, who was just brought up today, and the brother of Ricky Weeks, is hitting .306 down in El Paso. He was a Chihuahua yesterday, today a Padre. I like that from Jeff Locke.
The changeup?
Yeah, and challenge. Try to come after the hitter a little bit.
Oh,
his stuff can
you're
play.
better off doing that, but sometimes it's hard to tell yourself and get yourself convinced that, okay, I got to throw strikes here. If they beat me, make them do it with the bats. I'm going to beat myself.
And that will allow Norris to score. That'll be all, though. Well,
nice play by Stewart.
Yeah.
Wow. And there's no fence in front of that dugout. That would have went into the dugout, and everybody would have got 2 more bases.
Run across in Weeks. First big league at bat of the season. Makes it 2-0 San Diego.
Now, this really could turn out to be a big play by Stewart, depending on what happens now. Throw goes way up the. Oh, I see what it bounced off Freeze, but if Stewart doesn't dive and stop it, that ball's going to roll into the dugout. That went off his glove going out, and I think coming back in, it goes off his glove the second time.
Base hit and an RBI for Weeks. Freeze making that extraordinary play earlier. That was not a routine play either. And a very difficult ball. It was hit pretty well. If he does somehow come up with that, he's probably only going to get one because Weeks does run well. But 5 straight men have reached with the pitcher up and the bases loaded. And Pomeranz, a pretty good hitting pitcher, 211 in his career with a home run. So you don't get an at bat off here with Pomeranz.
Well, he just smoked that ball, didn't he? Just a smidgen late on the fastball, but he definitely put the head of the bat to it. He hit it hard down in those seats. Yeah, you're going to have to pitch him like he's a regular player, it looks like. Change up. That's an equalizer.
Hey, you were telling me that last night.
Yeah, I said if you got a good hitting pitcher up there, throw in the change. That'll teach him a lesson.
0-2.
If it's a veteran good hitting pitcher, you want to throw him fastballs, crowding with it, because they're looking for something slow. They've seen a lot of curveballs and changes over their careers, and they know as a pitcher they're gonna, once they fall behind, they're gonna get them, and they sit on them. That's a veteran good hitting pitcher. It's been around a while.
Pomeranz, a younger man, strikes out.
Swung and missed a couple of changeups after he hit that one fastball real well.
Well, now a chance. You get a double play ball. Jeff Locke can limit the damage after the first 5 men reached in this inning.
If he gets a double play ball, gets out of it. Think how nice a play that was as Stewart leaving the home plate umpire, going up the line, diving for that ball, stopping it from going into the Padre dugout.
Very heady. And didn't have a lot of time to react to that ball either.
The catcher's always a little reluctant too to leave the plate area, knowing there's a runner at third.
But he had to. There was nothing else to do. There was no one backing up the play. Otherwise, they're not supposed to be. Locke's now getting ahead here. Almost forced to with the bases loaded.
He's been much more aggressive once they get the bases loaded as far as throwing strikes. That'll force it into you. I mean, not everybody. Sometimes guys they keep going and then they'll walk a couple of people in it, but that's a sure ticket out of the ball game. Manager is not going to put up with base on balls with the bases loaded.
And everyone's going to be safe.
I think once that ball got by Freese, everyone's going to be safe anyway, even if Mercer was going to field that clean. His only play would have been the third, but there was not going to be anybody there to throw it to because Freese went after the ball. Was it last night? I think they got a force out on a similar ball at third, wasn't it? Was that last night?
That was a few nights ago.
A few nights ago. All right.
They all start running together.
Yeah.
But Mercer made that heads-up play earlier this week. Well, we've seen 4 singles and a couple of walks in the inning. The Padres, who had struggled to score coming into this series, a 3-run second against Jeff Locke. Andy Green's still in the game. Ejected last night in the 3rd inning. And I was listening to Andy Green talk on the radio pregame show tonight about the wacky call and everything that was going on last night. I think he treated everything with reverence and respect for Brian Gorman and the umpiring crew, but saw it differently. First-year manager, 38 years old, Andy Green. And looking our Wayback Machine. First we thought, hey, did he quick pitch? And the balk was called.
He's in a windup, so there is no balk.
And Clint Hurdle thought, well, hey, he disengaged from the rubber. They talked again, and they reversed their call a second time, and that's what got Andy Green mad.
I don't know if I've ever seen an umpire change his mind twice on one play. In fact, I'm sure I haven't.
That's what I heard everybody saying today. I've never seen that before.
Never seen it before.
But give them credit. I mean, they changed it twice, which kind of looks funny, but they eventually got the call right, thanks to Clint Hurdle's prodding. Now 2-2 on Will Myers with the bases full of Padres. Myers homered last night. Just missed. You can see the gears turning. Matt Kemp, 4 for 33 skid on deck. 1 out. Cervelli. Everybody's going to be safe. Nothing San Diego, and some indecision there by the new first baseman.
I'm not sure. I mean, he should have thrown that ball if he had a good grip on it. I don't know why he ended up not going to second base, but then also Locke can't get beat to first base on that. I know he's a left-handed pitcher and the hitter runs well, but you just can't get beat. You have to be there before the hitter. He's got 90 feet to run, and you're running about
less,
660 feet or something about in that neighborhood. Not exactly sure how far it is, to be honest with you, but it's a lot less than 90 feet, and you got to beat him.
Padres with 4 across, still 1 out, still bases loaded. Sinker in there for a strike.
And again, it kind of goes back to, trying to do anything on the ground ball, knock it down with your foot. You know how I said every out is precious. Well, that out's precious too. And so you have to be able to get there.
Locke has thrown 38 pitches this inning. Padres have batted around. And the Padres have stolen a little something from the Pirates playbook in terms of how to generate offense. Five singles and 2 walks in the inning.
Yeah, they're not exactly knocking the cover off the ball.
There's 1, there's 2, and they'll get out of it. No further damage. San Diego plates 4 here in the second. Our UPMC scoreboard. The Padres now own a 4-0 lead. And Pirates first baseman tonight, Francisco Cervelli, in his first start, trying to figure out what's going on that play over there at first that he handled. Drew Pomerantz working with a lead to begin the third.
Now there's work to be done now.
Well, these Padres are just chipped away at Jeff Locke. And Locke retired to begin the third inning. Here's our day automotive. This day in Pirates history, we go back to 1948 when the Bucks won their home opener, beating the Cubs 3-2, and 41-year-old Rip Sewell threw a complete game, got the win. Also drove in the game's first run with a third-inning home run and a solo home run in the sixth by Monty Bascal. Broke that 2-2 tie, and it was the game winner for the Pirates. Maybe some of our audience remembers that affair. That's in the Wayback Machine.
That's way back.
That was back when the season began mid to late April, too, which we haven't seen in some time. Mercer in the leadoff role tonight, singled back in the first.
That was back when, if you were playing out west, you're in St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing the Browns or the Cardinals. That's out west. They travel by train still in the 40s.
Definitely wouldn't be all the way out here.
Yeah, they had teams here, but this was the Pacific Coast League back then. And there was a team called the San Diego Padres. Ted Williams played for the San Diego Padres. San Diego native.
You have like the San Francisco, the Seals.
Yeah, the Seals were out there. The later on in the 50s, there were the Hollywood Stars.
Hollywood Stars, yeah.
And the Hollywood Stars played at Wrigley Field. And then later on, the Los Angeles Angels played there because it was actually in Los Angeles at that time. Jordy Mercer beats it out. He's got 2 hits tonight.
Yeah, that's what the leadoff man's supposed to do. Get yourself on base.
Not a bad play by Rosales.
He was playing almost on the outfield grass.
In full support tonight for Andrew McCutchen. Popped out back in the first. See if they can chip away here and maybe get 1 or 2 back here in this third.
Yeah, plenty of time in the game. Offensively, you don't panic at all. Just you don't necessarily look for that great big inning. As you said, chip away. Even just 1 run this inning would be good. Or Kutch could hit 1 out of here and make it 2.
Well, I was thinking that because we've seen him have some really good swings against curveballs in spring training and this season too, and Pomerantz throws one very often. Sometimes he hunts that pitch. Pomerantz on the 1-0 pitch threw him a change, which he very seldom does, so he's got him all messed up.
That's not on the list. Change up.
Very rarely throws that.
First one of the season. According to the.
Oh, is that right?
According to the book, he hadn't thrown yet. Got him throwing like 2 cutters coming into today. Everything else fastball, curveball. Now, I don't know who gives these pitches their names, but somebody's logging them somewhere.
Good sequence there from Drew Pomerantz.
Yeah, get that fastball up and in, and then came back with the backdoor hook. Starts it outside, and then breaks it. Just kind of sweeps the strike zone with that pitch.
He almost, you talking about pitching backwards. All off-speed stuff except for that show fastball. It wasn't close to the strike zone. He pitches like a left-hander, doesn't he?
He pitches like a lefty that has a fastball that tops off in the high 80s, maybe 90 occasionally.
And 92 is the average fastball these days. That's an average fastball. If you throw 92, you're just average these days. On a strike on Freeze.
Didn't like that call. Decided to take a little walk.
I tell you, that's the toughest call to make as an umpire. These major league umpires know what they're doing. But for a layman like myself, it's extremely challenging to figure that one out.
Didn't figure that one out. That was definitely a strike. That was more of a strike than the other one.
You ever think one day it'll be automated?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, maybe it'll just be, you have a plate umpire to safer out at home.
It will be automated too. There'll be Somebody named Siri sitting here.
Siri, am I out? Yes.
I like that. You do a good job with that.
Well, you know, I talk to Siri a lot. You know, these road trips get a little lonely. So. Got Mercer on at first with 2 away. And 3 strikeouts in the inning for Drew Pomerantz. 4-0 San Diego. Rays. Andy Green a little happier tonight so far. And Melvin Upton Jr. led off the second, leading off the third. There's Freese, who was hugging the line, and Locke gets 1 pitch and 1 out. That's big.
Yeah, needed that. He was already at 50 pitches to start the 3rd inning. So that'll help.
Locke threw 40 pitches in the second. Got a nice tidy 10-pitch first inning where he faced the minimum. So if he can buckle up here, still can give you what we were talking about before the game. Maybe
6 innings. I
maybe
like
still
6
get
innings.
that 6 innings.
The Pirates starters are averaging 5-something a game.
About 5 1/3. Yeah.
Yes, that's not good enough. You got to get it up over 6 to really have a consistent effort then out of the bullpen.
Sixth lowest here, you know, the first 2.5 weeks of the season for starting pitcher length. Derek Norris hit that rocket to Freese last inning that he handled. Juan Nicasio, Francisco Liriano. Yeah, a lot of that's been the walks. I mean, the Pirates are leading. Pirates pitchers lead the league in walks. Pirates batters are second in baseball in walks. So that's,
well, there's something too that comes with the walks is a lot of pitches.
Now full.
So even if you're getting the outs and you're not giving up runs, you're still being inefficient. And in modern baseball, that means you're getting to 100 pitch mark probably an inning earlier than you should be, and that means you're coming out of the ball game. Instead of getting 6 innings in, you're getting 5 innings in. Instead of 7, you can throw in 6.
That's a fair ball, and the Padres are going to have their first extra base hit tonight. Eric Norris 2 for 2. He's starting to heat up after that home run last night.
That ball hit very hard down in that corner. It didn't come out. It looked like Marte was expecting that ball to kind of bounce out to him, and just died. He had to go in and get it.
Norris with his 3rd double. And now Alexei Ramirez, who singled in a run last inning. And he's going to do so again. Gets by and cuts it, and so now Ramirez off to the races. He's in at 3rd, and the Padres lead 5-0. They're going to award him 3 bases on that play.
Well, that's very unfortunate with 1 out. Even if it's a double, that's a lot better. But being 3 bases, now infield is forced to come in and play on the grass. Once that ball got by, it was going to be an easy triple. Just make sure then you got it in so that he wouldn't score.
Infield in.
And that's what happens with the infield in. Unless it's hit right at somebody, it's going to be a easy base hit.
And Rosales with the run batted in. 6-0, and
when that infield comes in on the grass, they just don't have time to move much sideways on any kind of a ground ball. And Mercer's going to do his best to take a couple steps and a dive, but can't get there.
Well, we've seen that all tonight with the Padres. Just a play here, a couple of inches here. McCutchen was so close to cutting off that ball in center. And adds up quickly when you're getting men on, and this is a kind of the taste of the Pirates' medicine. The Pirates have been doing this at the plate lately.
The way it looks right now, the bullpen is not going to get a little bit of a rest tonight.
They need some innings out of Locke, I think.
Well, yeah, we wanted 6, but that's not going to happen.
But there's no one really to go and say, all right, it's 6-0 in the 3rd. We still got a chance to do things here. It's gonna be Locke, I think, here the next couple of innings.
He won't pitch 6.
No, at this rate with his pitch count over 60. Vogelsong went a couple of innings last night through 49 pitches. Generally the guy that you use for some length right now. Stewart can't find it. Be a wild pitch moving him into scoring position.
The ball went in the umpire's pocket. Another thing I've never seen before. Watch this. It hits way out in front of home plate. Bounces up, and now it's just disappeared. Where's it at? Where's it at? Nobody can find it. Where's the ball? I don't know. It's not here. It's not there. Oh, it's in the umpire's pocket. That is pretty amazing.
And Jeff Locke strikes out Weeks for the 2nd out. We've seen it all, and we've been through 12 innings here in San Diego.
I saw an outfielder one time in a minor league game. Remember the old Philly uniforms used to have this zipper?
Yeah.
And he jumped up on the left field wall to try and catch a fly, and the ball disappeared. He's running. He can't find it. Runners running the bases. He's looking around in the warning track. It's nowhere to be found. And no one knows what happened to the ball. and then all of a sudden you see him unzipping his top and reaching around his side, and he pulls the baseball out. It caromed off the wall, hit him in the neck, and went down in his shirt. He had no idea it was there.
Drew Pomerantz.
If you watch enough games, I guess there's nothing you won't eventually see.
Isn't that the beauty of baseball, though? I mean, it just seems like there's something that you've never seen before that can happen on any given night.
See the look on Clint's face there. He's asking the same things that you were talking about. There's Cole. Who's going to pitch the rest of the night? This Locke is going to get up to 100 pitches fairly soon.
Drew Pomerantz, the pitcher, with a base hit, and he'll have his first RBI too.
Bouncer through the hole.
A .211 career hitter. We talked about it, starting pitching. You know, it's been, as the starting pitching has been good, the Pirates have been good. When it has not been good, well, the Pirates have not been good. And that's the case with any team.
You look at the Pirates' numbers, that 98 wins last year. You look at those numbers when they're starting pitchers. Pretty darn solid.
So, you know, the last couple of turns of the rotation haven't been the best. So, it's a dry spell right now. Will that change?
Better.
John Neese.
He's pitched very well.
He's probably been the most consistent starter.
His numbers don't reflect, well, wins do, but ERA doesn't reflect as well as he has pitched.
Yeah, getting better and better in all three starts. John Jay now ahead in the count, 2-1. You look at when the Padres get it going and when they don't. Locke trying to get that third out, and there's no activity. They need some length from Locke now at 72 pitches. And a base on balls. Locke has walked 3 Padres tonight. And Ray Searage is going to come out and try to get Locke to get that final out.
Had a hard time getting up the steps there at first. I think he hurt his ankle doing that last year.
Well, he only gets 30 seconds, so you can't waste any.
Anymore, you got to hurry.
A little stirring now with Lobstein grabbing a baseball. Remember, the Pirates, starting with the game last night, are beginning a stretch where they play 16 straight days. There aren't these early April off days to be had anymore. You have a short start, as they did last night with Liriano going 4 1/3. And all of a sudden now your bullpen becomes really overworked.
At the bullpen, I think haven't they pitched the most innings out of any teams in the National League? I think.
I don't know.
That was the case
few games back, and it seems to me like it hasn't gotten any better.
Somewhere in that vicinity. Two on with two out.
Let's get the pitching book out here.
There you go. Locke behind on Will Myers. Well, Locke faced the minimum in the first, needed 10 pitches. Threw 40 pitches in the second inning as the Padres batted around and got a double play ball to get out of that inning. Retired the leadoff man here, but Padres have added some more. Mercer get the force. Padres add 3 more. 7-0 San Diego.
They trail 7-0 to the San Diego Padres. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. We see the Pirates in the dugout. Before ball games, they like to dance. Well, here in San Diego at Petco Park during BP, they love the music, and that is because they have a DJ, and he's right behind the batting cage, complete with the umbrella. You see his name on the back of the jersey, DJ Art Form. And in case you're wondering, Joe and Bob, yes, he does take requests from players. Obviously, most of them on the Padres. They have their little routine they like to have in terms of music. For BP, I saw Josh Harrison come out and observe DJ Art Form hanging out at the end of Padres BP. He looked over at me and said, hey, take notes, take notes. Maybe the Buccos would like to have a DJ during BP at PNC Park someday.
Hey, they used to with Greg Brown. Back in the We Are Family days, right? He was spinning records.
I don't think he wiggled the record back and forth.
Yeah, he didn't scratch like DJ Art Form. Yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll see if they'll put on a little Tribe Called Quest or something. What do you like? What would you request, Mr. Art Form?
Oh, I don't know.
Pick a song that you like. Come on. What would he play? It doesn't have to be a dance song or anything.
Well, no, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Believe me.
You want Rihanna, or what do you like here?
It would be like maybe something from the Doors or something like that.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
You think he has any of that? No.
Marte down on strikes, and Pomerantz has retired 3 in a row on strikeouts. And speaking of music, join us on Friday Night Rocks. We get the best of local performances. And this week's guests, the Brighton Boys, as the Pirates play in Arizona and take on the Diamondbacks every Friday night.
Well, Axl Rose taking over the singing duties for AC/DC.
Yeah.
Curious how that's going to sound. Be different.
Yeah, it's always weird when you have your favorite band or something, you know, and then they change singers or something over time.
Shoot to Kill. I think that would be my song.
Okay, all right.
I like that.
Well, let's request it tomorrow during batting practice.
Be like Iron Man on flying to the stadium.
Would that have been your walk-up music if you had Bob walk-up music?
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't have walk-up music. That would have been like Aramis Ramirez. Nada.
They didn't have any music for you when you came in the game or anything like to start off with, or organ?
We had Vince Lashide. He played whatever he wanted to play.
Oh, okay.
We had an organist back then.
Did he play any ballads?
No, he played like little different things for different players, but you had to kind of figure out what would the connection be.
Grounded foul. Really with a base hit back.
Sometimes that was kind of obvious. You know, speaking of the Doors, like Jim Morrison would come in, and I believe it was Light My Fire. I think that he play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You know, that was one of the games you would play, is trying to figure out what the connection would be.
And full 3-2. Something with walk, right? I mean, but now because you're a pitcher, I don't know if you'd want to play up that fact.
Doesn't matter to me. Everybody knew that was wild walk people. That wasn't going to change reality. What kind of music they played.
Cervelli works one.
I'm surprised that the hitters don't have like capes. You know, like they take off as they walk to the mound.
You really think that this?
Have them wear on the on-deck circle like prize fighters.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like a robe, like a satin robe.
Yeah.
I could see Cervelli in a satin robe. Why not?
Take that off. Wear it on deck. You know, just keep warm, and then take it off and go hit.
Kind of like a pitcher's jacket, but completely different. Pirates have had a runner on in every inning against Pomeranz.
You know what I want to see one day? Somebody hit a home run instead of throwing the bat. You know, they're flipping it, and doing all that kind of stuff. They call for the bat boy and just hand him the bat and run around the bases.
Orchestrated.
Now wouldn't that look? That would be something. You hit it, and then you just turn bat boy. Have him come out. You hand him the bat because you don't want your bat to get dirty, and then you jog around the bases.
Retrieve my bat.
That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Come hither. I have hit a home run. This one may stay in play and gets out. So if Harrison can do that right here, maybe we can get word down in time. Maybe send out a paper airplane to him.
Somebody on another team to do that.
Oh, okay. You don't think it would go over very well?
No. Well, I don't know nowadays. It might be fine.
Bryce Harper could do that.
It might be fine. He will probably be the first one to do it.
I'd be all for it.
I want to see it.
Drew Pomeranz has struck out 6 Pirates.
Had a lot of strikeouts coming into this game. You know, you look at his stuff. You know, the below average velocity on the fastball, though that one said 92, so that's average velocity. And just being a 2-pitch guy, you think, hey, not going to get a lot of strikeouts, but he does.
I'd be curious to find out from the guys after the game if he is tough to pick up, or does he have a lot of movement? I mean, maybe that's it. I mean, maybe that ball's moving a lot. It's hard for us to tell up here, but when you're seeing a lot of swings and misses, especially from this team that has not struck out a lot this year, it seems to be unusual. And good command there. And he struck out 15 in his first 2 starts. Rodriguez walked back in the second.
Pomeranz got a good number for a strikeout pitcher. 1 ball, 3 strikes. 1 and 3.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's atop the Western Metal Supply Company, right up that left field line.
Pitcher named Jim Umbarger.
Does not ring a bell?
He was the first one told me. I asked him why he won 13. Says best count in baseball. 1 ball, 3 strikes.
And again, Pomeranz strikes out the side.
It's time for the Toyota RAV4th inning. The all-wheel drive RAV Hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
Moons over San Diego. Beautiful night here in Southern California. Glad you're with us here on a Wednesday night. 7-0 though. The Padres have the advantage. Jeff Locke working to Matt Kemp. 4 for his last 34 and hitless in 7 trips this series. But their leading run producer a year ago. That's why. Fifth home run for Matt Kemp. The Padres doing everything right tonight. And now that'll get Lobstein back up in the Pirates bullpen.
Change up on kind of in the middle of the plate.
That'll break you out of a slump. All the Padres have gotten on base tonight now, either via walk or hit. Now, this ballpark used to be, I mean, you hit a ball out there and that wouldn't be a home run. I mean, they have brought in the fences to make it a more reasonable and fair ballpark. But Kemp, with his time with the Dodgers, knows what it's like to hit it in Southern California at night. The ball doesn't carry very well, but he scalded that one.
Yeah, these ballparks, you know, especially I think since for some reason they moved when they've come down here by the water, it really, you can really notice it here at Petco. But Dodger Stadium's always been that little Jekyll and Hyde type. You know, day game there, it plays, I don't know, almost like a hitter's ballpark.
Yeah.
And then at night, ball goes nowhere up in LA. And this park here has a similar reputation of just the ball does not carry at night, but we've seen it carry the last 2 nights.
It's been a little more humid here than usual, I guess, this time of year. Hey, you can save big on Pirates tickets with your Dick's Sporting Goods scorecard, and you can save up to $10 on tickets for Monday through Thursday home games. Get your tickets at pirates.com/scorecard. Yeah, the weather's warmed up, and no better place to go than PNC Park. And Clint Hurdle's going to make a pitching change here. Jeff Locke's night is through. 8-0 Padres in the 4th, and we'll return to San Diego after this. As the Padres have an 8-0 lead here in the 4th. And Point Park tweets, we were talking earlier about, hey, what's the distance between the mound and first base when, you know, pitcher's got to get over there and cover. And Cody doing the math for us.
Now that is awesome. I wish I knew how to do stuff like that. Looks like Einstein's chalkboard, doesn't it?
You got to show your work, right? And
E equals MC squared anywhere in there? That is really neat. I'm glad he tweeted that to you.
Yeah. You can always tweet us at #BucksBooth. And there's that distance right there, 63 feet or so. Kyle Lobstein on the slab now. Going to need some length from him tonight with nobody out here in the 4th inning. Nice catch by Mercer. Norris has hit the ball very hard tonight.
He hit that one hard. Well, Mercer kind of moved back a little bit when he caught that ball. That ball is ripped.
Even on that ball to Freeze in the infield, hit very hard, doubled. Now Ramirez, who has singled and tripled tonight, driven in a pair of runs. And the StatCast says that ball was hit at 108 miles an hour by Derek Norris.
I believe it.
Underneath it, they're going to get Ramirez for the first time tonight. Lobstein's got a pair of outs. Kyle Lobstein, who made it to the roster right as spring training ended. Last few days was told that he would likely go north. He has, and has been a long man. Starting pitcher by trade, picking up for Jeff Locke tonight. Adam Rosales, a walk and a single. Kind of similar pitchers, you know. Lobstein coming in there for Locke, a lefty. Does not quite throw as hard as Locke, but similar. And he's going to get 3 quick outs in relief here in the 4th. 5th coming up, still 8-0 Padres. Images tonight on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mo. And the music from Jonathan Jackson and E Nation entertaining us here tonight. That'll be coming to Stage AE soon. There's Stewart to start things, and Drew Pomerantz has kind of picked up where he left off with his first 2 outings this year. He has been stymieing.
Been throwing strikes with both his pitches, the fastball and the curveball of his. And I think besides just throwing strikes, he's putting that fastball where he wants to. You see a lot of them up and in that he's right-hand hitters. Trying to open things up for that curveball on the backdoor side of home plate, which is the first base side when the righty's up there.
7 strikeouts tonight. The Pirates have been swinging the bats. Haven't seen that very much.
Hey, jinxed him.
Oh, I don't jinx. It may happen by coincidence.
It's a coincidence.
I'm an anti-jinx guy.
You don't go for the jinx, huh?
If
it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, if Jeff Locke or any of the Pirates pitchers have not allowed a hit, start to get late in the game, I'm going to tell everybody.
Got a no-hitter.
Yeah, he hasn't allowed a hit. Got to do it. Lobstein, the pitcher.
My guess is you're going to get some tweets about that.
I get a lot about I jinxed this, or or if I think something might happen and it does happen. Oh, no, I didn't have it. I don't take credit for good. Don't take credit for bad. We just sit up here and talk. But there was one time that I got a little nervous with that. When I was working in the minor leagues, sometimes there's only a couple hundred fans. So Chad Godin was pitching a perfect game down in Jacksonville, Florida, and I could hear my call resonating through the ballpark. And so I was wondering, I'm thinking, I wonder if the pitcher can hear me talking about his perfect game.
Perfect game.
So then maybe in that instance, maybe I could have had. He still pitched it anyway, but I was wondering if he could hear me. So, but I don't think they can hear us down there. There's a lot of people here.
Probably not, unless there's a headset in the dugout.
Lobstein strikes out looking. 8 Ks tonight for Drew Pomerantz. And here's tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update. Jared Hughes began his rehab assignment earlier today with AAA Indianapolis, pitching a scoreless inning. Got a couple of ground balls, including a double play after a walk. And Jung Ho Kang also played today. His second game for Indy. Went 0 for 4. Played all 9 innings at third. So the plan is he'll play it all 9 innings again tomorrow. And continue to get some at bats and get some work in the field. Made a nice diving stop today at third and got up and threw on to first. So, getting tested over there with the leg and the knee.
I think that he has to build up his confidence mentally too, that he can make all those plays, make all the different movements that's required.
Marshall gets underneath it. And 2 gone. Yeah, and then, I mean, the injury that he suffered, team's trainers have said that that's like a serious car accident, what happened to his leg. So now that the fact that he's getting back, I'm sure that it is a mental hurdle, not just physical.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to, get by that. He'll think about it, I would imagine, a lot when he's having to slide into a base. He'll get by that hurdle.
Well, he's totally cleared to do that now, but he's got to do it for the first time since last September. Here's McCutchen, 0 for 2 tonight. And also good news regarding lefty Corey Lupke, the former Padre, had that right hamstring tightness. He's on the DL. He'll begin a rehab assignment with Indianapolis tomorrow, so he'll get some extended work in. One on McCutchen. The Padres, seeing Pomerantz out there made me think for a moment that we're talking about Corey Lupke. The Padres kind of hoped that Lupke, a left-hander, was going to maybe be like Pomerantz, who is now a young left-handed pitcher, who was heralded as he came through. Now he's been traded a few times, but Lupke, before those 2 Tommy John surgeries and 3 surgeries overall, he was starting to become that budding lefty that they hoped would be a mainstay in their rotation. They missed almost 4 years.
Yeah, guys get hurt. That's one thing they certainly can't control.
But for 4 years, and it was good to see Lupke get back, but return delayed just a little bit. 1-2. Good stop by Norris. For Stewart walked to start this inning. They got short and third bunched up. McCutcheon hitting some balls out into that upper deck and left. Way back during batting practice today. Alvarez's fan with 9 Pirates through 5 innings.
Great work with that curveball.
That Francisco Cervelli does on a special Inside Pirates Baseball. You'll see the Pirates catcher feed himself a helping of workouts, grow his stock even further. Inside Pirates Baseball, Francisco Cervelli, hungry. Debuts Friday at 8:30 right here on Root Sports. Getting over at first base tonight. Had a nice stretch out there. Very nimble. A little bit different look on his hand there. It looks like Sean Rodriguez's glove. Rodriguez in action tonight in the field as well, getting his second start. Rodriguez out in right field, and talking with him before the game about playing the outfield. He said, hey, I like to be everywhere. Just put me in the lineup. I'm fine. A little slower than the infield, but
We've seen him make great plays in the outfield.
That clipped Weeks.
Might have nicked the uniform, I think.
That wouldn't have been a bad move on Stars on Ice right there. Beautifully turned.
Not sure it really got him all that good.
That's all it takes.
But his look on his face was like it just got him in the rib cage or something. I think it just nipped the uniform.
Burrowed into, his side. Hey, he sold it. Amarantz with an RBI single his last time. very good athlete who's pitched pretty well the last couple of years with Oakland, and traded for the 3rd time in his career, and has always been very highly regarded. Broke his bat, and they're going to get 2 out of this one. An easy double play.
He doesn't have much speed going down the line.
And a look at our Nissan road ahead. The series finale tomorrow, and then we'll have coverage for you beginning again on Friday for the Diamondbacks in Phoenix, and then 4 in Denver against the Colorado Rockies. As this West Coast sojourn continues, as the Pirates in a stretch of 24 out of 35 games on the road after that 3-game opener against the Cardinals. We'll see Garrett Cole on the hill tomorrow. We won't have the pictures for you, just the audio cast tomorrow. Penguins hockey.
Audio's good. Everybody knows what Garrett looks like, so they can picture everything that's happening.
Oh yeah. Well, are you working tomorrow with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll describe Garrett Cole's flowing locks and scruffy beard and his black cap and all that good radio jargon. There's a strikeout for Lopstein. Ain't nothing Padres. Look at our beautiful vantage here. Coronado Island, just over the harbor here. And a beautiful setting where basically much of this area has been redeveloped in recent years. The Gaslamp Quarter reinvigorated. Lots of new buildings and a beautiful area to come walk around, have a bite to eat. And have the water nearby as well. And beautiful shots tonight.
Definitely one of the favorite places for the players to have their families come. It is gorgeous here.
San Diego. A 2-1 to David Freese. Yeah, 10-game road trip out west. Right into the shift to Weeks. And fans, for tickets purchased now through Sunday, the Pirates are going to pay all your service fees, and this deal will include the purchase of tickets for all the games through the end of May. So don't miss out on great promotions, key divisional matchups, all the great games at PNC Park. Get your tickets. Go to pirates.com/no fees. Strike to Marte, who has been fanned twice. That's a great deal. Get on out to the ballpark, and the weather's nice. We'll be out west for a little bit. That is such a tight curveball that he's been throwing tonight. No real loop on it, you know what I'm saying? When it comes out of his hands.
Break on it. He'll kind of take a little off the break to, when he really wants to throw a strike with it, to give himself a little bit better control, and then he'll break it a little sharper and a little bigger for a 2-strike pitch. Try and get a swing and a miss for a strikeout.
10 strikeouts now for Pomerantz. And hey, look, I know Jeff Locke did not have a great night on the mound, but the way that Pomerantz has pitched tonight, you're not going to score off this guy the way that he's been pitching tonight. It's been a tough customer. That's an incredible play by Rosales. Wow. Padres doing everything right tonight.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the all-new Chevy Malibu and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Barrel. Visit Barrel.com to learn more about our 3 conveniently located collision centers. Let's go Bucks!
Kyle Lobstein hitting 18 pitches to get 6 outs in relief. Back on for the 6th. Gets into the seats. 1-1 on Will Myers. Hey, there's Dick Enberg, a Hall of Fame voice of the Padres, 4th Frick Award winner, along with Mark Grant. Very colorful color analyst. And I have a feeling I know what Dick's call was on that play by Rosales to end the 6th inning.
Give it to us. Go ahead.
Oh my. Oh my. This will be his last year. Dick Enberg.
When I was a very, very small kid, first just starting out listening to baseball games on the radio, it was when I was listening to my Angels, it was Dick Enberg doing the play-by-play, and a guy named Don Wells. They were the announcers back then.
And now,
and, you know, it's
right into the shift. Harrison makes the long throw.
It seems so odd, like when he first came here to San Diego, they like meet him in the hallway back here and have a conversation with him, and it's just like, you know, you want to, you know, talk to him about the Angel days a little bit, and I did, but at the same time, I didn't want to make him feel like, wow, you're an ancient, you know. But it's just, it's so such an honor. Think of the things that he has done, not only just in baseball, but in sports. I mean, you know, he was also the
Wimbledon,
the announcer of my Rams back a long time ago. But yeah, he's gone on and done so much all over the globe. It's just a phenomenal career he's had.
Yeah, this will be his last season. Don Orsillo is going to step into that chair, but what a terrifically nice man. I met him in college the first time.
It's really weird for me to think that the two announcers, Angels and Dodgers, are still announcing. Vin Scully and Dick Enberg are still doing their jobs that I heard them do when I was just I'm pushing 60. And they're still going strong.
Among the very, very best. Dick Enberg. And look at our Yellowwood bringing the lumber. Matt Kemp 4 for 34 going into that at bat. Shows why he's their top run producer at his 5th home run. A lot of great seasons with the Dodgers, and then of course that pretty surprising trade a year ago brought him to the Padres as they loaded up for a try at the postseason. And he's got his 2nd hit. First hit off Kyle Lobstein.
Didn't hit it very well. Got in on him a little bit. Pretty good pitch, but the way things are going tonight, it still went as a base hit. Even dozen now for the Pods.
Melvin Upton has walked twice. Walked 3 times last night. And he's really been a little surprise here early on.
Yeah, a little comeback here. I'm sure he's hoping he can keep it going.
Yeah, he had been in decline for a number of years with the Rays and Atlanta, and then traded here, and posting an on-base percentage close to 400 here in the early going.
Tried everything, even changed his name.
Yeah. He was so overshadowed here with the Padres last year that you know, his brother Justin was here. He wasn't even the best Upton on the team. Probably the best Melvin, though. And now the cleanup hitter of the Padres. They got most of their runs tonight in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Batted around in the 2nd, all singles and walks for San Diego. And then 3 run scoring hits in the 3rd by Ramirez, Rosales, and Pomerantz. Off to post starter Jeff Locke. And he strikes out Upton. A couple of strikeouts for Lobstein, who has pitched well in relief.
Yeah, he's really kind of picked up everything, and hopefully he can keep doing this for a while. Save that bullpen.
Getting a chase. They're on a fastball away.
Yeah, a little movement to that fastball. Got Melvin to chase it.
Norris has stung the ball 3 times. Derek Norris is a great story of kind of a historical tale of baseball growing up in Goddard, Kansas. A population of under 5,000. There wasn't a baseball diamond within 10 miles of where he grew up in the plains. He would hit rocks with a stick just to pass the time, and grew to love hitting, and went on and was a high draft pick with the Nationals and State of Kansas Player of the Year, and then made his way quickly through the national system all the way to the A's after a trade, and had become an all-star a couple of years ago, just because
he's a good rock hitter.
Just passing the time. Kansas. Those dusty summer afternoons and evenings. There's a strike. Lobstein at 40 pitches. He's gotten 8 outs with those 40. Really helping out the bullpen tonight. And these are things that, you don't really think about. It's 8-0 Padres, and unless we see a pretty historical comeback tonight, this one may just get swept away. But if Lobstein continues to pitch like this, this gives the Pirates a much better opportunity to win tomorrow. Jordy Mercer snares that one.
A couple of line drives tonight out there.
Oh, he's hit the ball hard. A 3 scoreless from Kyle Lobstein.
A.J. Preller relaxing, enjoying a bite to eat on your right in the white shirt. Well, this winter, he brought in Pirates third base coach Rick Sofield to interview for the Padres managerial job that went to Andy Green. Sofia was actually a finalist, and I asked him about the experience. He said it was the most fun he's had in his entire baseball career, and we're talking about a career that's gone over 3 decades. He said a chance to share his thoughts, ideas, and concepts to an organization that considered him to be a guy that can help them win, you know, from top to bottom was really a cool thing, and you could see the reasons why. His energy is second to none. His humor is second to none, and quite honestly, Joe and Bob, his butt pats on home runs are second to none also.
Well, in these days of analytics, they've got a stat for everything, right?
Oh, yeah. Nothing goes unnumbered.
Andy Green, just 38 years old. First ejection last night, took it in stride and managed throughout the minor leagues with the Diamondbacks system. Was a coach with the D-backs last year.
Might be his only time he's ever thrown out of a game.
I know he had in Missoula once.
Well, I mean, in the big leagues, because it just doesn't happen. You don't have arguments anymore.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean,
that was fun last night to see a good old-fashioned.
It doesn't happen
blowing
anymore.
Of the top.
And how many times, all year last year did we see an argument, an old-fashioned, and it just the video is taking that away.
Yeah, but you just see a nod of the cap from a manager on the top step. They look at the replay, and then that's that. But occasionally,
he did nice. He spiked his hat, threw it on the ground.
Oh yeah,
stomped on it. It was great. Did a good job for his first one.
And then it turned it over to Mark McGwire, who's the bench coach. So we saw Mark McGwire come out and make pitching changes. It was an interesting affair. This one driven well by Harrison, but plenty of room in center for John Jay. Drew Pomerantz. There's Mark McGwire, Big Mac. First time as a bench coach. He had been hitting coach with the Dodgers under Don Mattingly. So now second in command. He wants to manage one day, and got the opportunity a few games in spring training on split squads, and was the skipper the last 6-7 innings last night.
He spent so many years playing for one of the greatest all-time managers in La Russa. So.
Seeing a lot of proteges.
I'm sure Big Mac has learned a lot from Tony over the years.
Well, I think the first protege to learn under Tony La Russa was Jim Leland to manage in the big leagues. If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
They worked together with the White Sox. And we're talking about in the early to mid 80s at that time. Weeks. And Sean Rodriguez with an infield base hit.
If he'd have pulled that one off, that'd been something else.
A little croquet right between the wickets.
If he had had the glove in front of him, which was the center field side, he might have caught that ball.
That might be his dance moves during batting practice with the DJ that they have here. Yeah. Not bad. Just the 4th hit for the Pirates, which is saying something. I mean, the Pirates coming into tonight leading all of baseball in batting average. This has been quite the performance from Pomerantz. Ramirez gets out number 2. And you can follow the Pirates live with the MLB.com @bat app and stay up to the moment, any moment, with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. 20,000 plus here tonight at Petco. And Matt Joyce is going to be brought in to bat for Lobstein. What an effort for Kyle Lobstein tonight. Helping stabilize things with 3 scoreless innings.
You couldn't ask for more.
AJ Schugel will be the next man.
This will probably be Pomeranz. Last inning of work.
Lobstein, a nice effort.
Yeah, real nice job. Pomeranz is over 100 pitches now, so at least we can get into the bullpen.
Strike to Joyce, who has done a fine job in his short time with the Pirates. 353. He's already hit a pinch hit home run. Getting an action against a lefty. And that's not something to be lost here, because Joyce has struggled in recent years against lefties, primarily because he hasn't seen them very much. The Angels and Rays have pretty much last few years had made him a platoon player exclusively. So this is a chance to get an at bat against who is tonight a tough lefty in Pomeranz. Kevin Quackenbush. Not going to duck that assignment. Two. Joyce hanging in there. Really almost exclusively a platoon player since 2012. Only 91 at bats against lefties over the last 4 seasons, so occasionally might be needed in such a role.
Too many games that Joyce hasn't played a part in somehow this season.
Yeah, he's the best option so far early on off the bench, most used. Has some power. He's hit 19 home runs in his season. And providing a good at bat here. Pomeranz tiring, perhaps, near the end of a long and good night for him. Just missed. Pomeranz 4 away from his career high in pitches that was achieved 4 years ago. Let's see if Upton has a play on it.
Oh, boy, that ball had some slice. That's a happy Padre fan.
Now give it to a kid. I don't know how many are here 9:30 at night, and kind of usually the parents duck out a little early. Rodriguez running on 3-2, and Ramirez boots it, allowing the Pirates to put 2 men on. That'll be an error on Ramirez. We've talked about how well the Pirates have had multiple base runners on in more than half the innings this year. This is the first time tonight they've had 2 men aboard at the same time. That was a good at bat from Joyce. He saw 9 pitches against the lefty.
Came up a little bit on Ramirez, cut him in the throwing hand, it looked like. Had a tough time with a ground ball earlier. Just a routine ground ball that was on a double play. They were showing a lot of white, but ended up making the play. Pomeranz gets a nice hand. Well deserved.
Good night for Pomeranz. 10 strikeouts for San Diego.
By the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Drew Pomeranz with maybe the best outing of his career. 10 strikeouts, 6 2/3. Scoreless for now. Not out of the woods yet with bucks on the pond for Jordy Mercer.
Quackenbush numbers on the season. Nice low opponent batting average.
Mercer drives one to left, and he's got his 3rd hit tonight. That brings in Rodriguez. An RBI double, and the Pirates on the board. It's 8-1. 3-hit night for Jordy Mercer in that leadoff role.
Nice job. Likes hitting leadoff.
He said the only time that it's different for him was to start off the ball game, and he's still got to base it anyway.
After the first inning, it's all the same.
That run will be assessed to Pomeranz. He's still responsible for Joyce at 3rd.
The unearned runs.
And Cole Figueroa pinch hitting for McCutchen. Cole looking for his first hit as a Pirate. Hitless in 6 tries. Just not enough. And the Pirates will settle for 1. Time to stretch here in San Diego. Playoff coverage continues from Madison Square Garden tomorrow as the Pens will take on the Rangers in Game 4. And you can see it here on Root Sports starting at 6 p.m. with a special 1-hour pregame presented by Heritage Valley Health System. Good luck to the Pens. Up 2-1 over the Rangers. Here the Padres up 8-1 on our UPMC scoreboard. And there's some changes for the Buccos. And Joyce stays in the ballgame to play right field. Gregory Polanco now in the game in center field. And A.J. Schugel on the mound.
Change-up to start things off.
Sean Rodriguez moving over from right to shortstop. First look over there, and Cole Figueroa now at second base. To Polanco. Not in there tonight against the lefty. First time the Pirates had seen a left-handed pitcher this year. And they're going to see a couple of more in Arizona, and
hopefully we'll have a little bit better results.
Drew Pomerantz was awfully good tonight. Adam Rosales, who made a nice play at third, also drove in a run tonight. Pretty much all Padres, but one bright spot has been the bullpen. 3 scoreless from Kyle Lobstein in efficient form. Well, Lobstein throwing only 42 pitches might only need a day to be able to be available again.
Well, that's one of the ways that really kind of endear you to the manager is you know, come in situations, games like this, where you kind of bail everybody out, do a good job for 3 innings. And then, as you just mentioned, if you can like take a day off and then be available again, I mean, that's, you know, that's something that's of value to have down in that bullpen. Kind of a rubber arm guy that can do the job. It's not easy to be that quote unquote long man. You might sit there for 10 days and not even get a phone call. Don't ever get up. And then if you get a couple of tough outings in a row, and then after sitting for 10 days, now you're pitching in 3 games in a row.
And your arm's sore.
So it's not what it's kind of hard to do is to keep your control sharp when you have work that is so inconsistent. Now, most of the time when things are going good, you know, the guys that are pitching the 8th and the 9th and the 7th, they get, you know, kind of semi-consistent work every day or so. They know they're going to be in there, but the long guy, who knows how often you're going to actually get in the pitch, much less get a chance to warm up.
Polanco's got a pair of putouts. And, you know, Schugel, Lobstein, some of these guys, remember Jared Hughes. There's Lobstein with 3 scoreless tonight, but Hughes will be coming back soon. Corey Lubke should be coming back fairly soon. And so now there's, you know, guys are kind of competing for spots to stay up here in the major leagues.
What goes on in spring training continues the whole season on that pitching staff. It's always a little bit of a revolving door with the injuries, and guys get hot, pitch well, guys cool off. Don't pitch well, you got to make changes when you got a competitive team that's trying to win a division. So that's always the case. They never get too comfortable.
Jamal Weeks called up today.
What do you play for? The Chihuahuas?
Yeah, the El Paso Chihuahuas built a brand new ballpark in downtown El Paso, Texas. Did you ever play at the old park in the Texas League at all?
No, I was kind of an out west guy. The Texas League never played in. The Texas League, Southern League never played that. My AA time was in the Eastern League.
I worked in the Southern League. You know, looking at Weeks, his brother Ricky Weeks plays for the Diamondbacks. We'll see them next. And then we've seen Melvin Upton Jr., who also plays here for the Padres, and Justin Upton. And you think about the disparity between the sizes of brothers. Weeks way more, Jamal Weeks way more slender than the stronger, older Ricky. Nice 1-2-3 inning for AT SDN.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Kenny Ross, Total Confidence Pricing, and by Levin Furniture, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Thanks for sticking with us. Late night back east here in Southern California. Padres early, leading 8-1. David Freese looking to get on board with a hit tonight. Kevin Quackenbush picked up for Pomerantz. AJ Schugel a nice 1-2-3 inning. The bullpen tonight has been real crisp. 4 scoreless. Jeff Locke struggled after a pretty quick inning, first inning, and Padres put this one on one side very early.
Definitely unlike last night's game. I'm sure what's going to come out, who was going to win for 4 hours. This one has been very uneventful.
Padres getting out to that big lead, and Drew Pomerantz was dominant on the mound.
How'd that miss him?
Matt Kemp breaking out of his skid with a home run and a single tonight. Yanked that one foul. Alexa Ramirez, a couple of RBIs tonight, singled and tripled. First day in the big leagues this year. First day as a Padre for Jamal Weeks. Freese works the walk. The Pirates, who came into tonight second in baseball in drawing walks, picked up 4 base on balls again tonight. Starling Marte glad that Pomerantz is gone. 3 of his 10 Ks. That curveball was well located and just stymieing all night.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, especially Marte, obviously, with the 3 strikeouts, but he wasn't alone and having a hard time with it.
Into the gap in right center. Extra bases for Marte. David Freese will be held at third. And with nobody out, setting them up for Cervelli.
That high fastball. Marte drives it out to the fence, and hadn't been anybody on base, this would have probably been 3. He was looking in front of him, and he saw Freese get the stop sign, so he put on the brakes and went back to second.
Already the 6th double for Marte. Cervelli playing over first base tonight. He's had a single, a walk, and then probably the hardest ball he hit tonight. Adam Rosales, the third baseman, making a diving stop and throwing him out. One and one. And Cervelli making a nice stretching reception over at first. And a rare time that you'll see him expand the zone there. 1 and 2. And Cervelli has walked 10 times and has struck out 8 times this year. Whenever you have more walks and strikeouts, it knows that you're being really selective. And he said it, he foul tipped it. Ryan Blakeney rings him up.
No argument.
Yep.
Nice play by Norris.
Catcher has no chance to react to that. It just happens or it doesn't.
It just sticks in there. Or pure luck.
Gregory Polanco in the game in center field. Did not start tonight.
I guess if you have soft hands, maybe there's a little skill involved in having that ball stick in there.
I think that's fair.
But it's mostly luck.
Polanco looking for his first home run. Talking about being selective. He's done a great job of doing that. Also more walks than strikeouts. Curveball from Quackenbush, kind of picking up where Pomerantz left off. Getting some swings and misses. Fair ball, and that'll get a run home. Freese comes in, 8-2. Polanco picks up run batted in number 8.
Yeah, it's a nice little game. You come in late in the game, pick up an RBI. I'm sure you would love to get a base hit there and pick up 2 RBIs. Avoided the strikeout, made contact with that curveball. Got to put out and play. Just got 1 run home.
Sean Rodriguez, infield hit tonight, also has walked. Already 5 walks this year, equaling his entire total from last season. It's April 20th. And he hits one deep to left field, up and back, and makes the catch against the wall. Oh, he just missed a 2-run home run. To end the top half of this inning, already with a home run this year, bidding for number 2, and
got a hanging breaking ball and just got underneath it a tad too much. If that ball wouldn't have been in the up and in corner, he'd have probably been able to get it out of here. He needed it away from him just a little bit so he could get a little more extension.
And Rodriguez, who we mentioned, has had as many walks this year as he did last year. Really a concerted effort to have that more selective approach, just like pretty much everybody is doing this season, and it's already paid dividends with a lot of big hits and the limited action that he's had, consistent at bats. Travis Jankowski pinch hitting for Quackenbush. Down 2 strikes. Jankowski, growing up in Lancaster. Remember that Stony?
North of LA, isn't it?
What's that?
Lancaster.
PA, the other side of the state. Now, do they say Lancaster or
it's Lancaster
in California? Okay.
Lancaster.
Okay. All right.
My father-in-law lives in Lancaster, California.
Okay. Not to be confused with Lancaster. And not to be confused with a strikeout for Schugel. He's retired all 4 men he's faced in relief. And John Jay coming up, and a look at our Barrel League leaders. And coming into tonight, Padres and Pirates among the leaders in infield hits. Jay with 1 of 3 for San Diego this evening. Pirates with a couple as well. Jay with 2 hits tonight. He had 3 a night ago. An average has gone up 60 points in 2 nights, as it will here in the early going. And a strike in there from AT Schugel. Did not begin the season with the Pirates, was called up early in the year. Now 3 balls and a strike when Michael Morse was designated for assignment. Pirates needing another pitcher, so they've been going with 8 men out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's another thing that we were talking about. The bullpen. There'll be changes when Jared Hughes, when he's ready to go, he's going to come back and take a spot. Well, actually, there's 2 guys. It's going to be 2 spots.
Might be, yeah. I mean, I don't think that Clint Hurdle is going to go with 4 bench players for an extended period.
The whole season. I mean, this is just a temporary thing until you get the starting pitchers back on track, and then you can cut down the size of the bullpen. You don't need all those guys out there.
A fuller house down there.
So, yeah, there'll be some. Lupke, you mentioned him. I mean, but as much as you talk about it, and you get down and you start thinking, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? It always kind of works itself out, and not that there's always somebody getting hurt, but it seems like there always is somebody. There'll be something crop up, and they'll need a couple of weeks off, and it just fits together.
Well, Myers takes a strike. Nice job from Schugel tonight. He's retired the 5 men he's faced. Kyle Lobstein 3 scoreless innings, facing 10 men. Really needed tonight. That duo picking up for Locke, who lasted 3+. So bullpen tomorrow, if you get a decent start, Pirates can get out of here with 1 win in the series. Ray Searage has done a lot of counseling.
He's not happy with all these base home balls here early in the year, that's for sure.
Yeah, Locke walked 4 in his 3+, but since then, nothing. Yeah, the Pirates are coming into tonight leading baseball in walks from their pitchers, so that's unusual. I don't think we're going to see that. It's very strange that it's been so high early on, but always concerning. Free 90s, as they call them. And AT Schugel, a perfect 2 innings of relief tonight, and a pair of Ks. 9th inning coming up. Friday when they open a series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we'll bring you all the action from Chase Field starting at 9 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Here at Petco Park, Padres have joined first couple of games of this series, scoring early and often. Travis Jankowski saying in the game he's in right field. And we'll see the Rule 5 pick of the Padres, Luis Perdomo.
5 games already. That's not a little more than you normally think a Rule 5 guy would be out there. Hasn't had a lot of success in his time out there. The ERA, obviously, with just 5 innings, is going to move all over the place this early in the year. But still, that 12 kind of pops off the page at you. See it?
Yeah, for those who Rule 5 pick, we say it all the time. Not everybody knows what that means. If you've had a certain amount of minor league time.
He's here on scholarship.
Yeah. You can be plucked from another team, but you have to be kept on the major league roster for the entirety of one season. And then
whether you're doing the job or not, you got to stay.
Then you can be sent down after that first year if a team so chooses.
They usually will have a young guy. They'll try and hide him somewhere and get him action in games like this where it's 8-2 late.
Yeah, he had not pitched above A ball. So A ball, double A ball, never pitched in double A, never pitched in triple A. He's only 22 years old, and so the Padres, trying to find a guy that maybe a diamond in the rough. It was in the Futures game last year, with a showcase of all the top prospects. So trying to steal one of the Cardinals pitchers. For Stewart tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. And he's got his first base hit tonight. Matt Joyce, who stayed in the game to play in right, pinch hit, reached on an error, and a good 9-pitch at bat against the lefty back of the 7th inning. Put one of the more pronounced shifts that you'll see on Joyce.
In the outfield also. It's a double pull. That's a little unusual.
Yeah, that's all 3 outfielders are pretty much left, center, and over.
Well, more often than not, the outfield is set up the opposite of what they do with the infield.
Why is that?
Well, guys pull on the ground and they're more likely to hit the ball the other direction when they left it in the air.
Everybody squeezed in on the right side for the lefty batter. Nowadays you can break down and see every tendency.
Oh, I think it's always important when you got a guy at third base there's less than 2 outs. You shouldn't get caught up trying to pull the ball. You should be trying to hit the ball the opposite gap, or really just the other way, because then you're probably going to left it in the air if you do that. Much easier to hit a ball in the air to the outfield if you're trying to go the other way than if you're trying to pull it.
Because by the time your hands turn over, and then you're going to ground the ball, right? It's
yeah. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
I know that that's the way it is. I've never been smart enough to figure out why, but I know when guys try to reach out and pull balls that are away from them, you have a tendency to try to, reach out and hook the ball. When you try to hook the ball, then your wrists are gonna roll over. But most time contact is made. See, here he goes the other way, and the ball's lifted high into the opposite field. That's a pretty darn good catch right there.
B.J. Upton just dropped a home run.
How about that one?
Melvin Upton Jr., I beg your pardon, is making a name for himself defensively and at the bat this series.
Checked the wall. He knew exactly where it was. Up over the top. Makes the grab.
Everything going right for the Padres tonight. Robbing Joyce of his second home run. And Perdomo, I'm sure, will say thank you. John Jaso pinch hitting for Schugel here in the ninth. And he's going to break the shift.
Why not? I mean, talk about smart hitting. I mean, they're not going to play anybody over on that side of the infield. Hit a ground ball over there. It's 8-2. What are you going to do? Hit a 6-run homer?
And that
I like it.
And John Jaso extends his hitting streak to 10 games. He gets one at bat with one out in the ninth inning and still gets a chance to extend his hitting streak. Career best 10 games now.
I mean, they're playing defense like it's an over the line game. You ever play over the line?
No. What?
You only play half the field.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's.
I didn't know what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play over the line. You don't have enough guys for a full.
Yeah, five
game.
players or 6 players. Yeah. Cole Figueroa flat out to deep right. His first trip. Ball got out of here. The final would look a little more favorable as the Pirates have warmed up against this Padre pen. It was going to be tough after Melvin Upton Jr. making that catch, robbing the home run. And it was going to be tough no matter what, the way that Drew Pomeranz pitched tonight for San Diego. Figueroa, and Upton at it again.
Leather out there, isn't he? Pretty impressive in the outfield tonight.
Well, good for him. If he can get back to the way he was a little bit starting off his career in Tampa Bay, he was excellent. Everybody getting robbed. Two-out chance for David Freese. And Upton and the Padres getting everything right tonight. Might try to stay home for the Midsummer Classic here in San Diego. Keep doing things like that. Matt Kemp with a home run tonight. Complete effort for San Diego. Now 3-0 on Freese. Tell you what, I don't care what the score is. Time of where it is in the game, the Pirates have the same types of at-bats no matter what.
Well, this is kind of a situation where you can go for yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, why give away an at-bat? Be a little selfish here. Hit for yourself. You know? Just go for that hit. You got a young kid out there that is not going to make the pitches that you're going to see from most guys all year long. He's probably going to give you something to hit.
Now, Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, has to come out and have a word. Well, if it weren't for Melvin Upton Jr. here in this 9th inning, Pirates have loaded the bases. He's made one very good play and one pretty good play out there at left field, and Pirates could be making this one more interesting. And now, well, that's interesting that in an 8-2 game in the 9th, the closer Fernando Rodney has to start to loosen. And Starling Marte.
The tying run is what, on the steps in the duck?
Well, it's in the hole, so not yet a save situation. With 2 outs here in the 9th. But Marte, who doubled last inning, would make it awfully interesting. Stewart started his hitting with a single. John Jaso extended his hitting streak to 10 games, and then Freese drew his second walk. And Rosales will end the ball game. A little uprising late for the Buccos, but it was all San Diego tonight.
Yeah, there's obviously nothing to do about it now, but you know, same thing we were talking about at the beginning of the game is the Pirates got to get their starting pitching straightened out.
Jeff Flock.
You got Garrett Cole going tomorrow. Good time to start.
Yeah, Jeff Flock able to go 3 tonight. Good effort from the bullpen. Good at bats later against the Padre bullpen, but San Diego with the